to the Village of Tuckahoe Zoning Board meeting for the month of October 2022. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Nancy, please take the attendance.
Yes, Member Coretta.
Present.
Member Fiore.
Present.
Member Rinaldi.
Present.
Member Suarez. Present. And Chairman Raymond.
Present. First order of business will be the approval of the September the 14th meeting, the minutes. Does any board member have any questions, additions?
Nope.
If not, does any member want to make a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve minutes.
Second?
Second.
Okay, I was not here, so I will abstain. Can you poll the board, please?
Member Coretta.
Approve.
Member Fiore.
Approve.
Member Rinaldi.
Approve.
And Member Suarez.
Approve.
Thank you. So we're going to go in the order of the agenda items, which would be 94 Kensington Road, then 41 Sylvan Avenue, then 6 Circle, then 8 Oakland. So Kensington Road, I know, is here. If the applicant can please step forward to the mic, state your name for the record.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. I'm Leonard Brandis from Brandis Architects, representing 94 Kensington Road, looking for a relief for using a garage that was converted to a small room, usable room, back in 1980. I want to continue that use.
So no changes have been made since then?
No changes have been made.
All right. Has anything changed since the last meeting?
No, no
All right.
changes since the last.
Me?
Any board members have any questions?
Nope.
I think it's a
Nope.
fair request. Okay, the public hearing is still open on this. Is there any member of the public that would like to comment regarding the request to legalize the garage for an art studio for 94 Kensington? If so, please step forward. Seeing none, I will make a motion to close the public hearing. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Does any member have a resolution in the form of a motion they'd like to, or a motion in the form of a resolution they'd like to present?
Yes.
We'll say that backwards.
Resolution. The application for area variances requested by Ravadagir Sharon Basapa, whose address is 94 Kensington Road, Tuckahoe, New York, for relief from the following sections of the zoning code: 4-1.1.4 accessory uses, 4-1.7 off-street parking requirements, 4-3.4.6 buffer, and 5-1.6 extending a nonconformity. The secret resolution, based on this application as submitted, the Zoning Board of Appeals finds and determines that the action taken herein is an unlisted action subject to the requirements of secret and its implementing regulations. This Zoning Board of Appeals is in possession of all information reasonably necessary to make the determination as to the environmental significance of the proposed area variance application, that the action taken herein shall not have a significant adverse impact on the environment, and it is declared that a negative declaration is hereby adopted with regards to this action.
Thank you. Do I have a second to the motion?
Second.
Nancy, please poll the board.
Member Coretta.
In favor.
Member Fiore.
In favor.
Member Rinaldi.
In favor.
Member Suarez.
In favor.
And Chairman Raymond.
In favor.
And then further, applicant resides at 94 Kensington Road in Tuckahoe. In 1980, the garage at the premises was legally converted by a decision of this board to a studio. The variance that was granted was to last as long as the prior owner, Hal E. King, was to own the premises. Since the approval in 1980, the garage has continuously been used as living space, even though Mr. King transferred his interest in the property. The current owner is now seeking to legalize the conversion and use the space as a family room. There will be a powder room added to the space. Since the garage has been used as living space for over 40 years, we find no objection to its continued use. A concern of this board when we deal with living space in a converted garage is that the space will be used as an apartment. If it is ever determined that the space is being used in a manner not consistent with a family room, the building inspector shall refer the owner back to this board to determine whether this approval shall be revoked. Therefore, recommendation is for the area variances to be granted as the benefit to the applicant of the area variances outweigh the detriment to health, safety, and welfare of the neighborhood. The applicant has demonstrated through its submissions and presentation that it has met all aspects of the five-prong test to the satisfaction of this board. Need a second?
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Nancy, please poll the board.
Yes, member Breda,
In favor.
member Fury,
In favor.
member Rinaldi,
In favor.
member Suarez,
In favor.
Chairman Rinaldi.
In favor. All right, congratulations. Thank you very much. Good to see you, Lenny. Thanks.
Good night.
Okay, our next applicant is 41 Sylvan Avenue, requesting an area variance to widen a driveway. The applicant is present. Please step forward and state your name for the record.
Good evening, my name is Michael Thielen. I'm the contractor
Okay?
for 41 Sylvan Avenue.
Okay, so if you could, please explain to us what it is you're going to do, and if you have a drawing you can put up on that board, it might help. I know what came in the package.
Yeah. The house owner has a,
Do you have that?
Yeah.
Okay, if you would, if you can grab the mic and step up to the drawing, I think it would help.
yeah, absolutely. So
Just point to what it is that you are requesting. Thanks.
What we're requesting is to extend the driveway to the right
Right,
in order to put another car off the street,
right,
to make off-street parking essentially.
right. And there's no parking in front of that house anyway, so you're not taking away any parking space by doing that.
Absolutely not.
And this extension of the driveway is only going to go to the right into the side yard. You're not going to encroach into the front yard in front of the house, correct? Okay. So this board is inclined to help people to, widen driveways that were built to fit basically motorcycles.
Yeah.
Because it's just, they're not usable. However, we, as far as I've been on this board, never allowed anyone to go into the front yard. And since you're not going into the front yard, I believe it looks like a fair and reasonable request. If you could explain to us the amount of side yard that you're going to leave between you and the neighbor that would be to the right.
Yeah, absolutely. So I believe there's going to be over 6 feet, 6.5 feet is what we're going to leave between the
Right.
neighbor and the side yard.
Okay, and what material will you use for the driveway?
Gravel,
Gravel?
yeah,
And what is the existing driveway made out of?
gravel.
It is? All right.
That's still the same. Okay.
Yeah, so we're just going to keep it the same. Just
Eh.
what ties into everything.
And you'll be removing how much of the wall on both sides?
So on the right side, we're going to be not really removing, but we're going to be taking out about
Right.
26 feet of it,
Okay,
and then turning it to the right, going to reuse it.
okay.
Oh, okay, so
The
there is,
extension.
all right, okay.
Yeah.
There are no trees or anything in the way, or
No,
any
there's no
bushes or
trees, no.
anything, nothing? Okay.
You're not going back far
Yeah.
enough to get to that tree.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I took a ride over there, I saw it. and,
Yeah, no, we're going 26 feet,
Neat.
just enough to.
Yeah, it's small, the drive's like this.
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
narrow.
you know.
Absolutely.
And on the left side, you're going to put a couple of steps? How many steps?
I believe it's 3 steps.
Oh, okay.
No.
It's not terrible. It's just so when the client gets out of the car, it's a little bit.
It'll be down by the
There.
Down-
end?
Yeah,
Right.
down by the left there.
All right. And you had mentioned in the work session that you already received approval for the curb cut from the police department and the Department of Public Works?
That's correct.
All right. And just for the record,
Right.
again, I'd like to point out, you're not taking away any street parking by doing this, which is important.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's a pretty narrow
Yeah.
street and a sharp turn there, so.
Yeah, it's a bad.
It's
narrow
winding.
street. Yeah, it's a winding. There you go. It's a winding street.
Just for the public's information, there's a couple more homes who already have done something similar. 22 and 32 Sylvan both have driveways that butt out into their side yard towards their neighbor. So it fits in line with the neighborhood is what I'm pointing
Yeah.
out.
Absolutely.
I think it's a fair request. Does anybody have any questions?
One, does he need any type of drainage for the new part? No? There's gravel, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
keeping everything gravel.
Gravel? Alright.
All good?
Yeah, other than
That's
that,
good.
yeah, good.
I have no other questions.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So as we stated in the work session, we have to open the public hearing on this and leave it open until our next meeting, at which time we'll be able to vote. Okay? So I'm going to make a motion to open the public hearing for 41 Sylvan Avenue. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone from the public that would like to speak regarding this request to widen the driveway for 41 Sylvan Avenue, please step forward, state your name for the record.
My name is Peter Lenahan. I'm at 25 Sylvan, about 3 houses away, and I agree with their proposal. I think it's a very important thing for their driveway. That's it.
Great,
Okay.
thank you.
My name is Doug Thompson. I'm at 45 Sylvan. I am the neighbor right next to where they're going to be doing this, and this is absolutely fair. In fact, it's probably better for the safety for them. As you've probably seen, there's nowhere to park on that.
Nothing.
You're the neighbor to the right
Right.
as you face the house, or the left?
I'm the one when the wall's going towards.
Good. All right, you have no objection. Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, I will make a motion to leave the public hearing open until next month. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, guys, we'll see you next month. Thank you.
Okay. Don't forget your drawing. Yeah.
I think you should take that. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Have a good night. Next applicant will be 6 Circle Road, seeking an area variance for a finished basement. The applicant's present. Please step forward and state your name and address for the record.
Hi, everybody. My name is Andrew Collingham. I'm the architect for 6 Circle. My address is 44 Standish Avenue, Yonkers, New York, 10710. The purpose of this project, the scope of work of this project, is to convert a basement that is currently used as storage to a habitable basement, which contains 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, and a laundry room. The owners of the property, Jordan and Alec, bought the building about 3 years ago almost. They currently reside on the first floor of this 2-family house. The first floor currently has a 1-bed, 1-bath, and they are expecting a baby next year and are seeking more space to provide. The upstairs unit is and so this building is built on an undersized lot. It's only roughly 3,000 square feet. And so in converting the basement to habitable space, it's going to put them over the allotment for floor area ratio. The maximum is 0.5, and they would be exceeding that substantially because the existing FAR of the building is 0.49. So that's why we're here today. This issue was not self-created. They bought the house this way. Like I said, the property area is below what the minimum requirement is for the Res B district. There's not going to be any change to the exterior or the front of the house. It's not going to change the character of the neighborhood. And that's about it.
Thanks. Do you have the drawings with you? Would you mind putting them up on the easel? I have a question. I just noticed this. It says demo existing boiler?
Yes, so part of the project is we're going to remove that boiler.
Oh, sorry, the mic.
Yes, part of the project is I installed 2 new high-efficiency condensing boilers, one for each.
Where do those condensing boilers go?
They're direct vent, so the direct intake and direct vent to the side of the house.
Oh, there they are. Thank you. Thank you.
There's no need to utilize the chimney because it is a condensing direct vent boiler system.
Correct me if I'm wrong, do you know the homes on either side of you, are their basements finished?
Don't know.
I thought they were.
Can't confirm that.
I think it's a fair request. Personally, I'm just one person. Do any board members have any questions?
I was gonna ask about the egress windows, just to make sure that they are up to code, so they, on the outside, it's a minimum of 45 inches from the ground, correct?
44 inches
44.
maximum from the floor to the sill on the interior. Yep. Yeah, so the two new bedrooms will have code compliant egress windows. There's also an exterior door out the back from the laundry room. And then, of course, there's the existing stairs that go up to the rest of the apartment. So technically, 4 ways to get out.
Mm.
This one in the front is close to being to grade because of the sloping of the driveway. The one in the back here is well above grade. There's a door here, so it's, you know, whatever, about 44 inches or so. No, no.
Anybody else?
Just an administrative question. I saw the form for the publication of the legal notice. I just want to confirm that it was published in a publication.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I supplied the receipt. or the-
Excellent.
The actual notice from the newspaper.
Mm.
Okay.
to Mary Ann.
Thank you.
Is anybody gonna be sleeping down there?
Yeah, there's 2 bedrooms down there.
Is there? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, all the code compliant information such as the egress windows, the smoke, carbon monoxide detectors are indicated on the plans. Light and vent calculations as well.
And if it hasn't been said already, it is Res B, so it's two-family
Correct.
zone.
Okay.
Okay. I don't have any other questions. Anybody else? All right, so as we stated in the work session, we need to open a public hearing and leave it open until next month, at which time we can vote. Thank you very much. Don't forget your drawings. Thank you. All right, I'm going to make a motion to open the public hearing for 6 Circle Road. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone from the public that would like to comment regarding this request for 6 Circle Road, please step forward, state your name and address for the record.
Good evening. I'm Anthony Laurie. I live on 123 Waller Street. So what we're doing here now is making it a 3-family house?
No,
It's a 2-family now, isn't it?
it's two-family zone, yeah.
No, I'm saying right now, the present home is a 2-family. Am I correct?
I believe it is.
So,
Yes?
It's not creating a new unit.
okay, it's staying a 2-family. So downstairs is just gonna be like a mother-in-law apartment?
It's gonna be bedrooms for the first floor apartment.
Oh, okay, that's all I wanted to know. Okay, I just wanted to know that. I didn't know if we were gonna convert it to a 3-family, which predominantly it's a two-family residential area.
Oh, you're right.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Great question. No,
Okay, thank you.
thank you. Anyone else from the public that would like to speak regarding 6 Circle Road? Seeing none, I'll make a motion to leave the public hearing open until next month. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, folks, thank you. We will see you in the, what is this, October? The month of November.
November.
I don't know where I am. All right, the next and final applicant is 8 Oakland Avenue, requesting an area variance for a fence height. The applicant's present, please step forward, state your name and address for the record. Oh, you're quick.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Amin Oldibat. I'm here also with my wife, Nizam Masoodi. We're at 8 Oakland Avenue, Tuckahoe, New York, 10707. So my plan is basically to build a a fence around my property. Since I'm considered on two front streets, Fisher Avenue and Oakland Avenue, I'm asking to build the fence a foot longer to make it 5 feet. Again, just for the safety of the family, and I do find, unfortunately, a lot of debris in my yard. I found recently paint cans, Snapple bottles, beer cans, so again, the higher the better. And then one of my sons does have a medical condition, so I do want to do that. And basically, the fence will be on my wall, on my properties.
Can you do me a favor?
I could.
Do you have that? Can you put that up so, yeah, I think it helps because of the shape of your yard, you know, you basically have two front yards, and I'd like the public to see that. Sure. I think that's upside down, yeah.
So, sorry. So again, looking at Fisher Avenue and Oakland Avenue, I just have a bit right there, so there'll be like a small little gate from my house, and the fence going all along here on the wall, and also the back of my wall as well. Everything will be on my property, but again, Fisher Avenue, trying to build a foot longer with 5 feet versus the 4 feet.
Is there any fence on the stone wall at the bottom there now?
No, there is no fence. I have no fence at all on my property.
Okay.
I bought the house in 2018. It's as is.
So the fence will run along Fisher Avenue only, or Fisher and Oakland?
The Fisher, Oakland, and then my
Wall.
backyard here, my stone wall.
All three?
And the stone wall is the back, so you can go up to 6, but you're going to keep it 5 all the way around?
I would like 6, if I can go back there.
But you don't need a variance for 6.
That's true, yes.
You need the variance to put,
Yeah.
why? Oy, oy, oy.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
Well, it's just my neighbor's driveway here, and then it's just me right there, so there's really... And it'll be on my wall.
So you're staying with 5 for the whole property?
Yeah, I guess if I can't do 6 here, I guess I'll do 5, but
Okay.
that was my idea. Is there any reason why I can't be 6 here? Just question.
Well, I thought it was your back, and the building inspector pointed out it's not your back. You could, you would have to, would you have to repetition?
Yeah, since it'll be an additional variance that he's requesting, he would have to renotice it. But we could probably take care of it next month if you're so inclined.
I didn't mean to muddy the waters, I'm sorry, I thought that
That's
was
all
your
right.
back. I mean, if you're comfortable with the 5, leave it, you don't have to
Yeah,
renotice.
I mean, 5 is okay. I mean, it's a high wall, so...
Yeah.
The wall here in the back, it's not high like the sides.
Right,
And we have our neighbor's property here,
right.
so the wall here like a little bit high in here in this point, but the rest it's like.
It goes and gets,
with
yeah.
Just like a
Slopes
level
down?
with our
Correct,
neighbor's
yeah.
property, yeah.
You can easily, like, walk over to the other side. It's not
And
like
which
you
is
have to,
there's
like...
another driveway all the way here.
Right.
Right. But again, it'll be on my wall there.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Well, again, I apologize. You leave it at 5, you don't have to renotice, you don't have to go through. It's you know, it's your call. If you want,
Okay.
if you want to go to 6 on that side, you're going to have to renotice everybody and go through that time and expense
Okay,
for another foot. That's your call, but
right. That's fine. The most important part is this area here.
all right.
You guys will keep it at 5. Right.
Yeah.
I think it's a
Okay.
fair request. It's
Yeah.
not a large variance you're seeking.
No.
It's, you know, less than 20%, so. Any
I'm good with it.
questions from board members?
So, you noted that the fence is going above the existing stone wall. Roughly how high is the existing stone wall?
About 3 feet.
3 feet?
And I have a wall all around the house because I'm on the corner.
Okay,
So there's no, like, street level.
thank you.
Yep, no problem.
You, you mentioned that the stone wall, the retaining wall in the back is lower. What's the height on that one?
It kind of goes like, I could easily just get on there like I'm climbing a step, and then it obviously gradually goes up as the hill goes up on the driveway of the neighbor. So I'm not too sure, maybe like between 2 to 3 feet as it goes up. My 5-year-old can easily step onto it, so.
So two of these sides face streets,
Correct.
no neighbors, and the one in the back, this one, is that,
Yeah.
There's a neighbor.
that faces a neighbor?
Yeah.
Back.
Have you spoken to that neighbor?
Yeah, I did let them know I'm gonna try to do a fence in my property. They're actually here.
Oh, okay,
All
right. They
Their
know,
driveway leads up there.
right,
And it's kind of unique that their land is still there, so I'm gonna stay on my side.
right,
But again, they have a driveway going up there.
right. They'll
And
have
their
an,
piece of land also.
okay, they'll have an opportunity to speak, of course.
Sure.
Thank you. I don't have any other questions. Anybody else?
Thank you.
No.
No.
Thank you. Okay, thank you for the presentation. I'm going to make a motion to open the public hearing for 8 Oakland Avenue. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone from the public present that would like to speak regarding the request for an area variance for fence height for 8 Oakland Avenue, please step forward. State your name and address for the record. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Valerie Marquino, and I'm at 39 Fisher with my husband Pierce Perrine. And just want to say that if it, we would
Excuse,
like to make it,
excuse me,
Oh, yes,
excuse-
go-
yeah, just
yeah.
pull it a little closer to you. Thank you.
if you would, want to apply,
Excuse me,
we're not going
excuse
to.
me, you need to address us.
Okay,
Thank you.
there's no problem for us if it's 6 feet. We're happy to do that because we realize that there's a privacy issue with our driveway, so we're more than happy to accommodate that. We just want to make sure that it, originally when our neighbors moved in, there was some discussion about which was our property and which was theirs.
Yeah.
Then we gave them a survey and that was resolved. And then they asked if the fence could be put on partially, just on a part of our property, but we decided that was not something we wanted to go forward with. So as long as it's going to be on our neighbor's property, if it's 5 feet, 6 feet, we don't,
Okay, thank you.
whatever is fine for us.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Thank you. Seeing no one else from the public's here, I will make a motion to leave the public hearing open until next month. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So as we said in the work session, you come back next month and we wrap this up. And if you decide you're going to go with the 6 foot, make sure you notice the building department and we can addend this application. The building department will tell you what you have to do if you want to go with the 6 foot on that particular section, as opposed to 5, all right?
Just one question too. If any board member wants to visit the property, can they? Yeah, okay.
Just don't throw any
Yeah,
paint
it's-
cans. That's incredible.
Me?
That's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, folks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Have a good night. Any other business?
No.
Seeing no other business, I'm going to make a motion to close this meeting. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good night, Tuckahoe.
Night.